Fellow men, welcome to our third session of our teachings. And the title here is The Danger of Not Being Able to Admit to Our Failures and Mistakes. Now, anytime we are not able to admit and identify with our mistakes, we lose the battle from that point. And any battle lost from this point, it's lost forever. So in mentorship, we encourage people to accept and identify with their failures and mistakes. For this is not a sign of weakness, but it is from this point that true leadership is realized. So, fellow men, whenever you find yourself in failures and mistakes, don't be so harsh on yourself, but only gather some courage and continue. For whether we like it, we'll ever make mistakes, whether strong or weak, rich or poor, young or old. This is part of our journey and we cannot escape. And so, today, we have so few people who can offer us solution in matters leadership, because a majority of us only talk of those things they cannot handle, and only talk those talk that they cannot be able to practice. And I believe a time has come for all of us to get to understand that there is joy when we are given a chance to correct our failures and mistakes. For we build for ourselves a platform from where we are able to train others and also able to show others the way out of their own failures and mistakes. So, having said that, it is also a wonder to realize that our levels of leadership will only rise to a point where we've been able to admit and identify with our failures and mistakes. If we fail from that point, it does not matter how well we defend ourselves. It does not matter how well we know how to sneak out of our own failures and problems. The truth of the matter is our leadership can only rise to that level where we've been able to accept and identify with our failures and mistakes. And as the saying goes, that as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. That is the truth that we cannot close our eyes over. That is the truth that we cannot deny ourselves to hear. And so, leadership is about the mind. So, whatever you lose in the mind, it is lost forever. And so, we must be practical in our talks. We must be practical in our behaviors. We must be practical in dealing with others. And how can we be practical? This can only happen when we allow our minds to start accepting our failures and defeat in rather than denying the truth. This will only happen when we allow our minds to recollect from our failures and our mistake, not assuming that such will correct by themselves. And so, a majority, when the reality strikes and they have no way of escape, they start looking for excuses. And some of these excuses that they look around for are like, I am an orphan, I am not educated, I have no inheritance, nobody loves me, nobody is there for me. etc. There are so many excuses that people always give when they are not ready to cope with the reality. But I don't think the solution lies with all such excuses. And to the worst part of it, when excuses doesn't work for us, we become frustrated and vulnerable. And in such, we find ourselves indulging ourselves in defeating activities such as drug addiction, prostitution, extremism, illicit brews, and many other such things. Not forgetting that even people kill one another for their own mistakes. And today, I want to encourage all of us to understand that it is not all lost. That's why God has given me this burden to reach out to those many that are languishing in their pain and problems. And in our next session, I'll be teaching us to understand the 6 stages of leadership, namely individual leadership, the leading of the wife, the leading of the children, social leadership, religious leadership, and wealth or resources management or leadership. So may God be with you as you consider to continue learning. God bless you. You are great and you make it. Thank you.